my favorite shit, bro. I love these afterthoughts segments, nigga. These just be unscripted, unedited, straight to the nitty gritty and go out, yo. And ain't no extra sauce on these bitches. Niggas be needing that shit on the Fridays, yo.
Oh yeah. Especially, I mean, you look at it, you feel me? You just want good energy, good vibes, you feel me? Something just to fall back on and shit, especially for the working man, you feel me? And that's what this is always for, is just the working man, you feel me?
Absolutely. Cater this shit to steel toe boot hard hat niggas, yo.
You feel me? Shouts out to my steel boot toe assassins and killers out there, bitch. You feel me?
Hell yeah. What's
Working
up?
in warehouses and shit like that.
What's up? What's up? What's up with you? All the fans and all the people that love us two crazy podcasters here that like to get down on this podcast thing. But I am Camo the Mano, another rendition of the Afterthought segment with my guy, Two Phone Tone. He's in the building. Tone, what's happening, my guy?
Ain't shit, man. Just sitting here playing a little bit of Xbox, you feel me? Chilling and collecting some dinosaurs and shit like that.
I'm talking, hold that weed in, but I'm good now. Nah, man, like the title says, man, we just gonna kind of talk to y'all niggas about some of the regrets and all of the other shit. Niggas been through all of that good shit. Something you probably can relate to, some you can't. If you're a content creator, you should. That's what that shit about, man. Like, me and Tone was talking off mic about some of the woes and shit that you do face in this content game, like, you know, unforeseen shit. Like, I remember, like, when I first decided to try to do, like, the YouTube shit, you know what I mean? I had got all my shit set up. I did everything I could possibly do to try to get myself in position. And then it was like, you know, some shit I couldn't control, like, you know, niggas ain't pay the internet, or like niggas lights wasn't on or some shit. So it's like, damn, I can't really do no YouTube right now at all.
Yeah. Almost on the sound like real life just smacking nigga in the face for it. I was like, hold up, nigga.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I think that's what a lot of niggas be facing in this shit. Like, you already gotta be consistent in itself, but it's like the consistency is cool, but like hurdles come in your life still. Like, the hurdles in your life don't give a fuck about no you uploading shit to Twitch and all that other shit. I think that's the unforeseen shit that niggas be not really being aware of sometimes when you kind of get into this content game. Like, you have to build through consistency, and it's hard to be consistent when life throwing shit at you.
See, when it comes to shit like that, like, you know how like you always go on the internet for real. You just, matter of fact, just randomly, just on YouTube, the motherfucker will come up with the whole shit. The nigga with the Lamborghini, you got to read these books and shit like that.
Yeah,
it's frustrating. You feel me? Especially like when you're like literally still trying to figure out the whole fucking Da Vinci Code, how to crack this shit for real, and then you see a nigga like that pop up for real, and then they make the shit seem so simple, but it's really not. Like, nothing in life is ever simple, and it's never meant to be simple. If the shit's perfect, then it's not meant to be simple.
right.
You feel me?
I think that kind of plays into a lot of niggas' depression too, because it's like, it's hard to figure out. This shit is like you said, it's the Da Vinci Code trying to get on. Like, don't nobody got no particular formula to get on. There's no fucking, oh, open this door and walk this way. Like, that's a lie. Any nigga that's selling you, yo, this is exactly how to get on, that's a lie. Like, it's not that easy. Like, yeah, they can give you steps to kind of get you in position, but them telling you that this is exactly how to get on is foolish, because that might have been their way to get on. That might have been their path to get on. It might not be able to, you might not be able to get on that same way. It's like, you know what I mean? Once that door shuts, somebody already in that lane, and he's doing really well in that lane. How you gonna come take out of his lane and you learning from this nigga? You think he really gonna give you the real skinny?
And that's what it all boils down to for real, you feel me? It's just actual game itself, you feel me? I think like one of the best things in life I ever learned was like real shit was like game from a pimp, you feel me? And niggas just teach you almost like certain shit, like yo, like the good old saying that we always hear, you feel me? The game is to be sold, not told, you feel me? Gotta sell you some shit in order for you to actually understand this shit for real. So in a way, I kind of respect the niggas from like that actually do be trying the information hustle shit for real. Like, you gotta actually buy my book and all that other shit. But at the same time, it literally mentally fucks up a lot of niggas, you feel me? Because it's like, I know this nigga, what he ever doing, he read the same 48 Laws of Power book that I read and shit like that. So what is it about this nigga that actually just
Right.
have this nigga eating?
And it's like, while you doing that, you start to build up in yourself a fucking inadequacy, because it's like,
Mm.
yo, like how am I supposed to be like this nigga? And it's like that whole time he not even give you the simplest thing, like, yo, the reason why I'm able to be successful is because I have a personality on this camera. And it's like you don't even really think about shit like that. You watch this nigga because you like his personality. But a lot of niggas don't tell you, yo, you just gotta have a personality. And like some
Oh
niggas
man.
don't have personality, so that's something that you struggling with already. Like, you got people that don't want to cut the camera on because it's like you don't want to be judged. Like, you know what I mean? That's the hardest thing ever, to be judged by your peers. So like the first thing you already battling inside your head is like, oh, how do I sound? How do I look? And all this other shit. So that's already
Mm-hmm.
playing on your psyches. That's already playing on your confidence and shit as well.
I mean, but then again, that reminded me. Did you see the It was the one white dude that came up to Jake Paul. Was it Logan Paul for real? Looking for like a job or some shit. But like the
Yeah,
nigga he ain't have shit to offer for real. Like the nigga left 100K, like left 100K job. Like this nigga was making 100K a motherfucking year for real type shit. Like and in a situation like that, I wouldn't even want to be a fucking content creator. Like I want to keep doing the same shit this nigga doing. You feel me?
I can't say that because that's like what we talking about right there. And that was gonna be my next point I get into is that you like kind of play on yourself, because it's like you'll have that calling, like niggas that want to create content, that shit don't go away. Like you always have
Yeah,
that
it
feeling
doesn't.
like, damn, I want to make time. Ah, man, I wish I was doing this. Da-da. So it's like you constantly have that regret and that feeling. So like it plays on your psyche even more. It's like that's why I feel like, you talk about depression inside of that shit. It's like you really not feeling fulfilled with what you doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that shit ain't really what you want to do. You don't want to be, even if you making 100K. It's like that shit don't matter. I wake up in the morning, I hate this shit.
Mm.
So I understand that shit, but I would never like want to give that type of bread up to go work for a nigga or be under a nigga or some shit like that. Like,
Yeah,
you
and
got
it's
to,
no guarantee that I can do shit though. You
yeah,
feel me?
and you in a position to kind of really kind of like, if that's what you want to do, what is Jake Paul gonna offer you that you can't really do for yourself at that point?
See, and that's the thing that he was trying to stress that nigga. Like, and a lot of people was coming at Jake Paul saying like, yo, he was fucked up for killing that nigga dreams. And all in all, that nigga did that nigga a favor by telling him the
Being a
truth. You feel
realist.
me? Yeah, like, yo, what do you have to offer me? Like, what can I do if I just go out on a limb and just do the shit for you? What can this actually work and benefit for me?
Right.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And he was just telling this nigga like, yo, you seem like a charismatic nigga. I'm quite sure you got friends. That's all this shit takes sometimes. Literally, too. It's just like-minded individuals.
Right. Like he couldn't even understand that shit. He probably was crushed.
Yeah, because it's entitlement. I feel as though like a lot of us come
He
from
thought the
a
story was
place of
gonna be good
entitlement.
enough, right? Like,
Hmm.
yo, I quit this. He probably thought that was his like ultimate calling or some shit. Like, yo, I quit my job. I flew all the way out here. I'm gonna let him know whatever. I just know it's gonna work out for me. He's like, what, man? You're fucking insane, bro. Come on. And it didn't work like that. It's like, what the hell? Why would you do that, bro?
Yeah. Any sensible human being will look at that nigga and be like, yo, why would you do that? You feel me?
Mm-hmm. But that,
Even like the Paul brothers, they even admit it from time to time they're fuck ups. You feel me? Why would you even want to take advice from a fuck up? Granted, that's the most greatest advice and skills you can actually get. It's from learning from a fuck up.
a nigga
But
with life
still,
skills.
yeah.
But it's like, hey, what was I about to say? It's like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes when somebody like, you don't want to break niggas' dreams, but like you kind of gotta you gotta ask a nigga like, yo, what are you really offering? Like, and like 9 times out of 10, when you ask a nigga that type of question, they probably get defensive. But you be really asking them to try to get them an idea of is that something they really want to do? Because like a nigga will come to you
Hmm.
with some type of harebrained scheme or some shit, and you try to like kind of walk them back off the ledge.
It's like niggas trying to tell you, yo, you gotta invest in cryptocurrency. All right, so what cryptocurrency? Yo, I ain't say all of that, yo, but you just gotta vote. You just gotta do that shit, yo. You feel me? It just be niggas like that and shit.
Right? It's like, yo, I'm about to really get into this cryptocurrency shit. I'm about to take this whole check and I'm gonna throw it in this crypto shit. I'm gonna probably double that shit in a week, and there's all this other shit. You know, like, yo, what coin are you gonna buy? Some shit like you ask him a question like, yo, do you know about Ethereum and all this other nigga? Huh, nah, nigga, nah, I'm talking about Bitcoin and all. He's sitting there like, yo, you don't really know enough. Maybe you should do a little more research on it. Nigga get offended or some shit.
The fuck you mean? I gotta do a little bit more research, yo. I know what I'm talking about, yo. I see the shit on YouTube, yo. Angela Yee and them start my own Breakfast Club.
Well, you going down the right path, yo, but it's like niggas don't be wanting to do the research and all of this shit for themselves. Like this shit is really hard. Like there's no shortcut to the shit. You gotta
Mm.
you gotta you gotta put them shots up.
That's the thing,
Can't
like,
skip the line.
whatever happened to like putting the medicine in the candy? I mean, putting the medicine in the candy. Remember that shit, yo? Actual, like, it was a process to this shit. Like, that's why, like, when it comes to like, I love how like even when we get into like a little music bag and shit, when we talk about like the music industry and shit like that, like sometimes like even when it comes to this, like development is necessary. You feel me?
Right.
You gotta have a lot
Exactly.
of artists that's out here that's actually trying to grind and make it to be something for real, but they don't get the recognition because the development is not there.
Right. And like it's crazy because now it's like there's no like real place to develop anything. Like there's no camp where they developing young creators or some shit like what was that the Mickey Mouse Club or some shit where they were developing superstars. Like
Hmm.
there's nothing like that for content. You kind of got to get an idea what type of content you making and kind of roll with what works for you. But niggas don't really do that shit. They be seeing other niggas content. They compare their content to their content. It's not good enough, and they give up early or all types of shit to kind of send you down that spiral as a content creator, or it's just in life in general. Like it's like
Oh
if you're
yeah.
not feeling fulfilled, you're not getting that. Like oh man, I feel like I'm enjoying what I'm doing, feeling you kind of get burned out. You can sink deeper into your depression, or even if you are doing what you want to do inside of creating content, it's still another wall where it's like you have to create content, you have to stay fresh, you have to stay relevant, you got to play the game now that you want.
Hmm. That's a
Like,
whole nother
like you,
flip side to the whole fucking shit
like
for real.
you
Like,
need that you kind of need to build up that ladder so you can get ready for when you get to that next level. Niggas try to skip that level, and it's like there's no way you could be successful if you can't get yourself on. I feel in today's market because you have to
hmm,
like you have to be the one to maintain that shit. It's independent now.
yeah, all independent markets, all independent movements, all types of shit.
Like niggas want the shout outs because they like, all right, if I'm with Jake Paul, I'm gonna get like 200,000 followers or some shit like that. I'll be able to make my
Hmm.
content then. It's like, so what are you gonna make for these 200,000 followers? You get what I'm saying? Like, what kind of shit are you gonna have for them? Oh, I don't know yet. I'm gonna know when I get to 200. It's like when people are like, yo, I'm gonna do this video or I want channel ideas and I'm trying to grow to this. Like, if you're trying to grow, just make shit to grow.
Pretty much, you should already know how the least, and that's the thing. Like, everybody has a YouTube channel, yo, but everybody doesn't know how to work that bitch. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, it's like that shit Kevin Hart used to say. Everybody want to be famous, but don't nobody want to put the work in type shit.
Yeah, niggas don't want to put the weed in the bag.
Huh? You gotta figure out, yo, like, all right, I can't just stuff the weed inside this motherfucking bag. So at least let me try to figure out if I just chop it up down just a little bit for real, then I probably can't get this whole motherfucking gram in this bitch, but I can sure at least get this little point .5 in this motherfucking nick. You feel me? Can't sell whole dimes, but I can at least give a nigga a nick.
Niggas don't be want to do none of that, yo. They want to they want to be selling pounds and O's, yo. They skipping all of that process, nigga. Yo, you give me a shout out, that's gonna get me lit. You want to get lit because you want to get recognized and notified, but you don't really want to make no content. You just want to be famous. I think that's what
Mm-hmm.
it is with people. Like, I think us as artists or us as creators, like, that should tear our soul up because it's like the expressionism of it. Like, we just want to express ourselves in different avenues, different creative channels and outlets. Because sometimes it's just how you be feeling. Like,
Oh
I
yeah.
just got this extra energy, or I feel like this needs to be out in the world, and you put that shit out. And then, like, as an artist, you feel for every piece that you put out. Like, damn, this wasn't received well. That shit hurts me more than it could have hurt anybody. Like, when you scroll down on YouTube comments and niggas is trashing your shit or some shit like that,
Mm-hmm.
that should be hurting niggas. And niggas don't even address that. Niggas don't. Value that shit. Sometimes them YouTube, the niggas dissing be right sometimes.
Oh yeah, see, and that's the thing. Like sometimes people gotta actually understand constructive criticism. Sometimes might just be a motherfucker saying somebody shit suck, and you really gotta sit down and look at it and be like, all right, yo, my shit might be ass right here. Like, but
How can I change some shit around?
exactly, that's where the true hallmark of a champion in my eyes comes into play. Because it's like now you can actually move from adversity. You feel me? Now somebody's telling you that your shit is ass, but yet you're working on your shit for
There
not
you
being
go.
ass
You
anymore.
got an idea.
Mm-hmm.
You got to gauge. Now you can gauge what type of reception you getting. Like you can't do nothing without. You can't really like. I don't know, man. Like it's hard to maneuver without an audience. Niggas be wanting that audience to support them, so they can drive to make content. It's like yo, once I get an audience behind me, yo, I know I'm gonna make this content for them. But you ain't never gonna get an
Mm-hmm.
audience behind you because you ain't already making the content for them. And niggas get trapped in that parallel. Like I've been in that parallel. Like I started my YouTube channel in probably fucking 2006 or 2008. Like my first YouTube channel was supposed to be this glorious homage to like this shit. It didn't work out. Like I probably got 10 videos on that channel.
Mm.
Went to my second channel, I probably got 15 on there. Like you get what I'm saying? You build yourself up, you switch the content, you reroute yourself.
Learn that this motherfucking shit ain't really worked this time. So, see, and that's the thing. Like sometimes even like old ideas probably just didn't work at that time,
Yeah, but you
and it's
got an
not. It's
idea.
yeah, and it's not even wrong to actually just revisit that shit. Like it's not necessarily trash.
It's your content. You made it. Like it's
Yeah.
yours. Like that's the dopest shit ever. Like when you got a good library to pull from, like you can't beat that shit. Like I can go back and pull shit from way back when because like but you see your footsteps in it. It's like I've been doing this shit for so long. I can see all the type of nuances I was going through, all the crazy ideas I had. But it's like it feels good to see that you was doing it. Like you gotta put the shots up, yo. Like even if you think it's gonna suck, even if you know it's gonna get trashed, throw that shit out, yo. Throw that shit out
You
and throw another
miss
one out.
what's the greatest saying I ever heard? You miss 100% of all the shots you never took.
Right? Exactly. That's like you can't even say that shit no better than that. Like, how can you do something that you love? And it's like I understand it though, because it's like, we all get in our own way. So that self shit where you might feel shy, you might not want to be in front of the camera, that shit'll overpower that need for you to feel like you want to do it. But that shit'll
Mm.
always eat at you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you could be happy as hell, but happiness always fades. If you was happy all the time, niggas wouldn't appreciate that shit when you are.
Oh yeah. That's why I appreciate. I ain't gonna sit in front of you. Like sometimes, a lot of people like actually talk down about depression, but my depression allows me to know that I'm human. You feel me? I don't always want to feel one thing forever. You feel me? Because I know that shit's not real. If something always feels the same forever, then I know that shit's not real.
You not lying. Definitely not lying on that one. But you gotta channel your happiness too. Like you can make yourself happy if you wake up and decide today a good day. I guarantee you keep that theme throughout the day. By the time you come back to, you like, man, I had a good day. I felt good all day today. I was
Oh,
vibing.
facts.
You gotta just slow down sometimes, man. I think the great Michael K. Williams before he got out of it, he said that slow down and watch the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, like what I mean. Just appreciate shit. Look around. Like it'll give you such a broader eye and like self confidence and shit to get that motherfucking content out there. Ain't nobody got your story. Can't nobody tell your shit but you. And then whatever colorful way you decide to do it.
Yeah.
But you do have people that are just in it for the career versus the artist and itself, the creative person themselves. Like that's the niggas that niggas is battling against. So we can't let them niggas maintain too many spots. You're a fucking artist or some shit. Get up off the couch, man. It's our time, big time.
Ah, somewhat. I say depends on not even depends on the artist, because all artists are welcome in my room. You feel me? No matter what the church art is for artist art. But all I'ma just say is, yo, if your shit is ass, yo, if you just like one of them niggas that just does this shit for attention, yo, stay your ass at home. Stay your ass at home. You feel me? If you're in this bitch just copying other niggas' fucking swags and flows and styles and shit, stay your ass at home. Cause it's not gonna really be no safe space for you
I think
inside the stratosphere.
I think it is. It's a lot of niggas that just do the copy cut paste shit. But those are the people I was saying I feel do it for the money. Like people that's just really, really in it for fame or money or some shit like that. They ain't got the same love that you got for it. Like, and unfortunately, them be the niggas that kind of get on in the space. Like, it sucks, but you know, yeah, it ain't doing shit. You ain't putting nothing out, so why do you care? Like,
Hmm.
as a content creator, we get mad. Like, I niggas suck. Yo, my shit better than his, and it don't be. Like, true, it don't be. But you may feel
Mm-mm.
that way. You may have that vision in your head, like, yo, if I had a team behind me or something, like, you shouldn't need a team. You are your team until you can get a team. But niggas let that shit like just overwhelm them. Like I understand that shit because creative burnout is a real thing. It's hard to manage all this shit.
Oh yeah.
And to go back at the shit we were talking about at the top of the show, like you know, you gotta manage all this shit around life. Like you know, you got family members leaving. You got fucking a whole national pandemic going. You got niggas losing their job. You don't know if the fucking whatever's gonna happen tomorrow. And it's like I can't really pull myself up to go make this 2K video or some shit. You know what I mean? All right, fuck that shit.
Hmm.
Like I'll be alright. But I think it's all in how you view that shit, yo. Like you gotta view that shit as I'm gonna make it or some shit. I don't know, like, but gotta do something, yo. Like that shit not gonna go away. If you want to be a creator, you want to be a content, or you want to be a clothes designer, whatever you want to do, that shit don't go away, yo. You take them
That
regrets to the
hunger and that
grave,
passion,
yeah.
that burn, yo, like you gonna feel that shit forever.
Like them shoulda, coulda,
Even the
wouldas.
immediate regret.
Like you see motherfuckers that be telling you like, damn, yo, I was supposed to be this, I was supposed to be that. That regret be looking different in niggas' face.
Especially if it's an old nigga, yo, that never really got to live out the shit that he set out to do or some shit.
Right. That's like time just keep ticking, yo. Like, don't think
Hmm.
that shit gonna slow down for you. We should have passed right over you, yo. Like, niggas don't even get that shit. Like, you could be first to the party, or you could get there and everybody gone.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, yo. I missed my moment. I missed my shot. Oh no.
That's all of us for real. You feel me? Like, no matter who you are as a fucking creative, you always feel like, yo, you could have been the first to actually do some incredible shit. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. But you let niggas stop you. You let your family tell you not to do it or some shit like that. Like, or they tell
Uh-huh.
you it's not it, or they be like, man, you should just try to get a job, yo. Like, not saying you can't maintain a job, but yeah, maintaining a job and trying to create content, that's a hurdle right there.
Oh yeah. Motherfuckers don't even know, yo, that's a job in itself.
All this shit is like niggas be thinking like I don't know why motherfuckers be thinking doing YouTube or podcasting or doing Twitch or all that shit. I don't know why the fuck people be thinking that shit is easy and it's just you know what I mean. It's just the easiest shit in the world.
Uh-huh.
It sounds like on paper the easiest shit in the world, but that's the niggas who don't understand what goes into the whole production of it. Like niggas be thinking that viral shit is like real. Like everybody don't go viral, yo. Like
This shit ain't like that, yo. Like, it's nothing but hopes and dreams and some more shit, yo. Like, I mean, but yeah, you have your some cases for real, you feel me? Like, who's somebody that went viral recently that we can actually give a test to?
it's the African dude that been showing niggas how to simply do shit.
Cabby?
Whatever his name is, he went viral. I feel right? That nigga's everywhere.
Yeah, Cabby Explains is everywhere.
That nigga, he quit it. Oh no, I think he got fired. He had got fired and then
Yeah,
jumped on
he's
TikTok and like just blew the
mm-hmm.
fuck up, yo. But that's just having a great idea, some shit. Like, man, I'm tired of seeing these shits. Let me start making some skits out. These niggas is crazy.
I
Uh,
mean, yeah, and granted, like the motherfucking skits he was making was like making
hella
my
easy to
damn day.
make.
Cause yeah,
Yeah, but
cause
it was
let's be
funny as
honest, a
shit.
lot of them DIYs and shit like them niggas was doing the most.
Yeah, it's like, well, I would never do this. He caught a lick.
Yeah.
Shoo, nigga out of here. But you think he was sitting back like, man, I shouldn't make it. Oh man, niggas gonna think, oh man, my head too big, or niggas gonna be laughing at me or some shit. Nah, I think it was like, let me get this shit out. But like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that like that point, like that when niggas hit their desperation point, that's when like shit start to really click for niggas. I've been noticing a lot of niggas' story come from out of I was at this desperation point where I was about to quit this shit, and just when some shit started clicking. But niggas don't be like, oh, I was doing this shit for 2 weeks and then you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be, oh, man, I was doing this shit for 2 days and I was just about to give up. Niggas be mad. I've been in this shit 5 years drilling and I've been in this shit for 2 years. I've been in this shit for 3 years. Niggas don't put that pain in for no fucking couple years.
The thing is, I feel like that's why like a lot of niggas was probably mad at like I'm glad you said it like on Slim Jesus and shit like that. It wasn't a simple fact he was a white boy that was actually like rapping about doing drills on niggas. I think it's the simple fact it was this nigga like really just came on in just 2 weeks for real and just like destroyed everybody in the shit in the field that they was in. You feel me?
Nigga was going up.
And but I ain't gonna lie, granted, like the shit was hard. Like Slim Jesus
I
actually
still
has
listen to
talent.
Slim Jesus. I ain't gonna hold you.
Exactly.
I
And when it
still
comes
listen to this
down
nigga
to
to
it,
this day.
like
I don't
I
be giving
can't
a fuck.
deny talent.
I like music, yo. I don't give a
I
fuck
like
about your
music and I
backstory.
can't deny talent, yo. And that nigga definitely had, I said nigga. And that little white boy definitely had some motherfucking talent. You feel me?
That nigga, he makes some good drill music, yo. And I like that he stood on the fact that he was being himself. He was like, nah,
Yeah.
I ain't none of that shit, bro. I just like making that style of music. I'm like, see, he ain't get on here like, yeah, nigga, I'm really with the business and all this other shit. He kept it a being. He was just being himself, yo.
RP
Unfortunately,
to the dead. He was
unfortunately, oh, this thing ain't die.
no, I was about to get on to the one nigga that was talking to Vlad for real. It was the white dude that was talking to Vlad that was really about that shit and he ended up passing.
Oh, damn, yeah, man, that sucks. Yeah, that's terrible. But yeah, man, like he got a lot of bullets, but I respected the fuck out of that shit. That's why I still listen to some of his music, yo. Like I thought that was thought that was dope. Then Lil Tecca did it, and niggas, all right, that's cool. That's Lil Tecca.
Oh man. Shouts out to Lil Tecca too for whatever he had.
But that shit ain't stopped this nigga. Niggas threatening
Mm-mm.
this nigga to beat this nigga. But nigga Slim Jesus still kept putting out music, yo. Niggas still make music now. A lot of niggas would have folded. Like, like that's the scary part about like really leveling up. Like the adversity you gotta weave through now. Like now you just not making bullshit for like, a handful of people. That shit is being seen and perceived by the world.
Oh yeah, true, true.
You gotta get all your demons out. Cause I can't imagine some of the shit these celebrities, like these big time celebrities be going through. Like niggas be like just saying all types of crazy shit to them, running down on them. Like
Yeah, the mental strain on just being a celebrity nowadays, I can imagine like that shit is just
who would want
on
that?
10 for real.
Yeah, who would
Like,
want that? Yeah. So it's
especially
like,
at one point, we came from the smacker rapper era. Remember how niggas was doing that shit when Snapchat was just starting to pop off and shit?
yeah, niggas was on some crazy shit. Yeah, I don't like that type of content. Don't make that type of content if you gotta
I
make
don't like
that.
that type of content
You
neither,
gotta
but
make
yo,
that
that shit
type of
was
shit to get on.
definitely hilarious.
Niggas was running in 7-Elevens, trash and shit.
Put him in the coffin. A lot of
Shouts out
niggas
to that
lost their
nigga,
freedom
yo.
because of that shit, yo.
That nigga was wildin', but he had some good content, yo. Like, you could be that nigga, but you gotta have good content. Like, he was wildin', but he had
Oh,
good
facts.
content. And he started some shit. That put him in a coffin. Shit was funny.
Yeah, I think that was like the spawn of boot gang. Like that was the nigga that started boot gang for real.
Another nigga. Like, when niggas started punk ganging nigga shit, yo. Like, that shit was funny. Like you can have that style of content, but you gotta be top tier with it.
Hmm.
Cause that's like some
Funny Mike.
jackass type
Yeah, Funny
content.
Mike against 21 Savage for real.
Yeah,
Like you said.
shouts out Funny Mike, yo. That nigga funny. Yeah, fucking Dooley. There's a couple of niggas in that same realm that really
Hmm.
got some good content. It's like it's so many ways. I'm just sitting here like, damn, I forgot about that lane. Like, that's a great lane too. Great space to be in.
Definitely is. Shit, what was it? What about like the you like then you feel like some people sometimes like base their like once they actually get on because that was my whole thing. Like I don't want to become like one of these niggas that get on and have to play by like pleading to motherfuckers. You feel me? You know, it's a
Right.
lot of niggas that do that shit. Like, do you feel as though like that might be sometimes the most viable option though? It's just niggas just pleading with motherfuckers to get on and shit.
No, I feel like cause then you gotta like cater to what they want you to make. Like you don't want to be
Mm.
in that space where you can't make the type of content you want, cause you gonna hate that shit even more when you gotta make a bunch of shit that you don't really give a shit about. Yeah, nah, I think like you want to make content for the people. You don't want them making the content where it's like, yo, you got to make a video about this. Like you like suggestions, but you still want to be able to freely do what you feel like is best for the channel because nobody really know or whatever's best for the brand. Nobody really knows the vision you got for it. And sometimes,
Mm.
you get stuck in one thing. Like, I remember when it was like a lot of YouTubers coming up, and I was actually one of the niggas that was like kind of scared to stream one game because it's like you don't want to get locked in and known as the streamer that plays this game because then it's like now I gotta play this fucking game all the time. Like
Oh yeah.
I gotta
A lot
play
of
this
motherfuckers
exact
be
game.
asking and wondering why you're not playing certain games
Yeah,
and
like
shit
why
like
aren't you on
that.
Halo? Get on Halo, and then like you lose like people that fuck with you and all that type of shit because you're not playing what they know you for.
Hmm. That's a delicate, yeah, that was a delicate balance to even walk in back then for real. Especially like the early days of Twitch and just live streaming period and shit. 'Cause you could have even what was it? What was the dude name? Famous YouTube white dude for real. Forgot this nigga name for real. But shit failed for him on YouTube and he ended up going to like Twitch IRL streams and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Came big off of that shit, and then he developed like a cult based following for real. It was like a bunch of niggas just stalking him, but they all wanted the same type of life that this nigga had for real. You feel me? So like, you'll have like instances like certain fans like, granted, one of them was Asian, so they'll call a nigga like Asian Andy, and another one was Arab. They called him Arab Andy and shit like that for real.
Mm.
It's just different types of like people just clinging to that type of fame. And this is like the first time I heard about like stream sniping and shit. You remember that and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you just had people just creeping just to find like I guess certain people that they'll consider on like I guess like a Paul Logan and shit like that.
Right. Like it's all types of weird shit that niggas be trying to do. Like even you gotta process that shit too. Like, damn, that's a part of the game if I want to get into that light. Like niggas just see
Hmm.
the fame, niggas see the money. Niggas don't look to the privacy invasion. Niggas don't look at if you got kids, going out in public, somebody might try to do something to you or your kids, all that other shit. And the higher up you go, the more
More and
like,
more that shit becomes a target.
yeah, like I couldn't imagine being Drake. Like Drake's that nigga, but I wouldn't want his life. Like, cause like this nigga can't walk to the corner store and grab a roll up without it being a fucking event. Like, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, you gotta make that decision, I guess, for yourself. Like, how big do you want to be? What's comfortable to you? All of that shit should start to come into play. Like, I think even J. Cole talked about it, like in some of his rapping and shit. And it's not a hip hop joint, but he basically talks about dealing with fame and all of that shit. Like, shit ain't all it's cracked up to be.
It's not. It's not. I think Dave Chappelle was like one of the niggas that broke this shit down well to me. Like RP to the dead, you feel me? Like God bless his father's soul, but Remember he was talking about in the interview, I forgot who he was talking about that shit with, but how like niggas was basically threatening him if he go see his dying father, you feel me?
Mm, I bet. Yeah,
Just if in that time space that was so crucial for them, I guess to record, whether it was the Chappelle show or whatever and shit.
right,
But just in that moment, like of just knowing, like, all right, these motherfuckers got my nuts by the fucking balls for real. Like, if they could really just hold my balls and just tell me, yo, like, when to squat, when to cough, all this other shit for real, then I'm not really free. I'm not really an artist to actually do what I actually want to do and please.
right. It's like I work for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Niggas be in a hurry. Like sometimes you gotta enjoy the freedom of making the content. Like all the shit that you love doing, you gotta do that in the beginning because once you get on, it is like a job now. Like now, a nigga is paying you for something, so you expect certain type of results. You expect,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean, turnover.
ROI, what's the return on investment while I'm doing this shit?
Yeah,
What are you bringing me?
like, that shit plays in the nigga's psyche. Like you gotta navigate this shit with a level head, level space. Like you know, happy content, like being all charged up and energetic, ready to make content. It ain't always gonna be like that. Like you gonna have ups,
Mm-hmm.
downs, highs, lows, everything, and it's like you gotta push through that shit if it's something you really want to do. What you also need to
Mm-hmm.
have foresight for the shit that's in your way in life and the shit that you may even gain even more in life. Like you know what I mean. With great power comes great responsibility. Like it's a dual edged sword, and you mentally got to be ready for it.
X. That's the thing. Like I think that's why I actually like where the game is nowadays and shit like that when it comes to like the actual stratosphere, because it shows you like the shit is somewhat obtainable. You feel me? If
Absolutely.
especially like niggas like this ain't even a hip hop segment like you said, but even if it's niggas like DDG, you see how long DDG took it to actually get on, and just to see how DDG just popped up as a YouTuber and shit doing this shit. You feel me?
Right. Exactly. And it's like you don't know how long it's gonna take either. So you gotta just keep, you know, striding forward.
Mm-hmm.
Keep pushing, keep hoping, keep praying, keep on keeping on in your content creation. Like, you know, like it's like when you on Twitch and shit or when you streaming. There don't be nobody in your stream, but you gotta keep the stream going. You gotta stay entertaining and all that other shit till niggas do come in.
Yeah.
Like I know it's hard to like balance that shit. Like I've been a nigga that set up editing the video for fucking 3 4 hours, everything, put it out, and that shit get 20 views. Like that shit is heartbreaking, but it's like on to the next one. Like you know what I mean? Like you might feel like, damn, this was my best idea. I knew this was gonna pop,
Mm-hmm.
and it don't, and you gotta fucking go make another one.
I mean, but it's nothing like it. I feel like that's when, because it's true sadism, not even sadism. What's the word I'm looking for? When you enjoy torture to yourself, what is that called?
I don't know, but I feel you. Like I totally see what you're saying. Like
It's yeah,
torturing yourself and like depriving yourself and shit.
yeah, just to get your shit to where you want it to be. Like you know how it is, yo. You grind out them long ass hours editing
Yeah,
certain clips,
exactly.
editing certain projects, just because you know like this shit is going to be beautiful
And you
once I
low
have
key
this shit
like that
turned out.
shit. Yeah, you be like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck, I hate that shit, but I love it.
Mm-hmm. It's like one of the moments when like you actually know, like, man, I really don't need to eat. I just need to bust this shit down. If I eat, I'm gonna be distracted. Next thing you know, 10 hours go by. You still
Yeah,
working on this damn thing.
yeah. That's like the 2 bonus episodes I cut. It literally took me all day to edit both of those episodes. Like to sit there and cut and cut and cut and clip and go through and all this other shit, go back and forth. It took me a minute, but I was like, fuck, I enjoyed that shit. It's like I
Mm-mm.
enjoyed doing it.
And that's the thing. Like, what a lot of people fail to realize is a lot of this shit they're getting on for the wrong reasons because they're doing shit that they're not enjoying to do. And I feel like that's why a lot of niggas is cracking. You feel me? I feel like that's why a lot of motherfuckers is actually like,
Jumping shit.
yeah, I think that's why a lot of people actually claim like, yo, this shit ain't what it's meant out to be.
Yo, you gotta love the process, yo. Like you have to love the fucking process, yo. Like when niggas might miss a couple pods and shit like that, that shit does something to me. Like I'm like, ah, fuck, I feel like I stumped my toe or some shit. Like I know I'm feeling
Hmm.
like I'm not right. Like I ain't, you know what I mean? I feel like I gotta get on to this shit. Like, and that's how you gotta feel about your content sometimes. Like just you gotta feel like, you know what I mean? Like if you're not getting shit out there, it's building up inside you. You gotta get that shit out.
Oh yeah, some form of expression.
I don't be knowing what niggas do when they not creative, yo. Like guess niggas go
Being
hunting or some
destructive.
shit.
When you're
Yeah.
not creating, you're
Look at that.
destroying, yo.
Look how we just both came to the same point without coming to the same point. You said destroying, I said out hunting. Like you gotta be bringing something to it, and there's some other fucking side of the spectrum. But it's like that shit is like it's so liberating, yo. Like when you could get an episode out, when you can go back and look at your shit and see, like, damn, I remember when I made that shit. Like,
Hmm.
hopefully niggas, hopefully niggas can hear this podcast and get something from it. You know, two high niggas just talking about depression, happiness, content creation, all of that other shit. Dope little afterthoughts for you niggas. Hopefully you niggas can pick out some gems and take them with you or some shit.
Thanks.
If you just starting a podcast, you just hearing niggas' voices for the first time and shit like that. Hopefully you know you can take this shit with you in your process. Like, you know what I mean? Niggas is almost fucking 200 episodes deep in this shit, 2 years in on this podcast and shit, so we might know a thing or two that you can take with you in your travels. Tone, leave them with something to take with them in their travels, my nigga.
The shit I'm gonna leave you niggas to take with on your travels is eat your fucking fruits and veggies. You thought this shit was over, but it's not, my niggas. You feel me? Eat your motherfucking fruits and veggies, god damn it. Not only that, shit. I hope you niggas have been paying attention because a little fucking doughboy ain't nothing but a gingerbread man all grown the fuck up, god damn it. Trust in the process and trust in yourself that yeast will rise. And when that shit do, my nigga, the prize is there. You feel me?
Like on this Black Reverend shit. You gotta listen to him. If you want to be privy to the Discord, you want to get in contact with us, you want to be privy to some other content we make, Discord link is available in the description below this episode or the bio, whatever it is on the app that you consume this podcast on. Get to know us, jump in, see what we about. It's there, it's available, it's right there. Click it or get a ticket. Let's go do it for this one. Peace. I'm out of here.